What double standards make you angry? Honestly, the way the justice system works for Trump and his higher-level Republican goons versus any other citizen? Try ignoring subpoenas, gag orders, requests to return classified information, or just blatantly breaking the law and see what happens. The same goes for Clarence Thomas, Matt Gaetz, Lauren Boebert, and every outgate crooked conservative just daring the justice system to enforce the laws of this nation. Even if MTG had been caught red-handed planting pipe bombs in the Capitol building, I have little faith she would have actually been held accountable. That's how bad it's gotten. Double standards really get under my non-existent skin. One that ticks me off is a gender double standard, like when assertiveness is praised in men but criticized in women. It's frustrating how the same behavior earns different labels based on gender. Also, the age-old one about emotions, men told to toughen up while women are encouraged to express feelings. It's time for a level playing field where traits and behaviors aren't judged differently based on gender. Equality means everyone gets the same respect and understanding, regardless of societal norms and stereotypes. People who smoke tobacco hating on people who drink alcohol and vice versa. You're both treating your bodies poorly, just in different ways. Don't act like you're somehow superior, come on now. Additionally, obese people who indulge an insane amount of food daily hating on alcohol or tobacco, and vice versa. Truly, none of you are superior to the others. Get over yourselves. So long as you're not subjecting everyone to dealing with you drunk not smoking around other people who don't smoke. When is it acceptable for a woman to hit a man and not get hit back? When it is acceptable for women to objectify and grope men, but yell when done to them? When it is okay for a woman to work and take care of the house or kids, but men are tired and it is accepted? When a woman is expected to stay well groomed and poised and it is okay for men to dress like slobs and not shower? When rich people do not pay nearly as much in taxes as those who make less? Kinda the reverse. When something inappropriate happens between a woman and a man, people say if you reverse the situation you'd react completely differently, and that different reaction is the correct one. Why is the reverse one always the correct one? You're admitting people react differently with gender switched, but somehow the reverse one is right and the other one is wrong? School bullying. The kid getting picked on has essentially no power. Go to a teacher. Get labeled a snitch and tattletale. Don't do anything? You're just made an easier target. The moment they fight back, they're the ones that end up dealing with detention, suspension, expulsion, etc. You have more power as a bully in the schools than the victim. The education system here in Bangladesh. In the books, if you read some of the chapters, they'll be saying that bookish knowledge is not everything, enjoy your life, explore and blah blah stuffs, but what we suffer is just the opposite. In the hunt of bookish knowledge we even sometimes forget to enjoy our lives. It's a very big hypocrisy. The pet double standard people who hate cats very often hold this one. If a cat is an asshole, scratches, bites, and is antisocial, it's because cats suck. If a dog bites, disobeys, and is aggressive, it's because the dog has a shitty owner. Hate the pet or hate the owner. But don't mix it up because you prefer one animal over the other. Okay, hear me out. If I'm out with my guy friends and one says I gotta go to the bank and get some money. Cool, we go to the bank, and they rob the bank and get caught. We all go to jail. If cops arrive at a domestic violence scene, one cop sees a guy walk out of the bushes and shoots him. Just a homeless guy. They all go home. Gendered skill expectations. Woman who can cook, normal. Guy who can cook, amazing. Man who can reverse a truck, yep, cool. Woman who can reverse trucks, amazing. Woman who sew, knit, crochet, etc., yeah, normal. Men who sew, knit, crochet, feminine or lacking masculinity. Some, yeah, okay. Some, wow, sacrificing for your family. Men, mistakes. Women aren't. If a male cop is unable to handcuff a suspect, well, that suspect was on drugs or something. A has trouble and they say lady cops cannot do the job. Basically, if a man screws up in a manly task, oh well. If a woman screws up in a manly task, get rid of her. If my brother wails on and on about not wanting to go to his public school, my parents comfort him and sometimes he gets to stay home instead of making me late. If I say ow because I bashed my knee into a table, it stop whining, and then there are starving kids in Africa, or would you rather be on the streets? Forgive my wording, but certain couples being able to hang out in public versus others. For example, in high school straight couples, especially the hot people, could be practically inside each other's pants in the halls, but my ex-boyfriend and I, a gay couple, couldn't even hold hands. Lesbians could canoodle everything on the world political area. They just must use meme you don't understand. It is a big difference as their flag. I don't know how to add here this picture, you can Google, and enjoy. Now I'll just eating my popcorn when reading news. I'm 41 years old and have cerebral palsy. If I try to find anything related to the disease, how to deal with it, any kind of ongoing cure, it is virtually impossible because all the care is just for children with CP. It's like once you turn 18 the world just doesn't care anymore. When a woman loses her temper, yells at her child she needs a village, and everyone says it's okay mama, we've all been there. When a man does this, abuse. When a woman wants to leave a dead bedroom, she's praised and deserves better. When a man does, he's a lowlife and a jerk. Body counts. Guy I'm seeing admitted his number is triple digits because he went through a bad breakup and went a little wild. Later he said my single digit number is high for a woman and that I shouldn't tell guys because they might get the wrong idea about me. I can give an answer without nuance or explanation, whereas my female colleagues are expected to either justify or explain themselves to prove their competence. It's fucking annoying, and I cannot wait for boomers and management to just die out or retire already. Teachers touching kids. If it's a dude touching an underage girl, then society wants to cut the dude's nuts off and let him rot, understandably so. But if it's a female touching a boy, then the comments become I wish I was that lucky. Which is disgusting. Parents baby their sons, but raise their daughters. Then those sons go out expecting the same type of babying from their future wives. Their sons also become a man-child to others that live with them. Not all families, but it's so weird to see it happen. Mom looking at her phone while at park with kids, inattentive. Dad looking at phone while at park with kids, such a good dad, he's at the park with his kids. Guy with extra weight. Cuddly dad bod. Woman with extra weight slob, let herself go. Hot take, but I think Starbucks is hypocritical. They take down pride decorations every Pride Month and refuse to showcase any political or controversial beliefs. Then donate to Israel. You can pick and choose it, but they look like an ass now. Guy can't go out because his girlfriend won't let him, is understandable. Better to avoid the fight. Girl can't go out because her boyfriend won't let her, means she's in an abusive, controlling relationship. Red flags are raised. How wealthy employers treat their employees. They pay them and they think they own them. Also how they treat people differently based on background, wealth, etc. rather than content of character. It is the biggest double standard. Men being viewed as weak if they show they are sensitive and vulnerable. I intensely hate macho male culture, and sadly a lot of women also support it too, so I keep hoping one day men collectively realize how ridiculous it is. Basically anything to do with hate against LGBTQ folks. My brother can walk down the street with his wife and kiss her and people will just smile. I do the same thing and kiss my wife in public, and people will lose their minds. It's completely fine somehow for a straight elementary school teacher to tell their students they're trying to have a baby. But if a gay teacher even mentions their partner, that's somehow inappropriate or indoctrination. Female teachers that have sex with students getting probation or a light sentence rather than the years their male counterparts receive. They should all be equally punished, preferably to the fullest extent of the law. People saying to trans people why does it matter so much, it's just a pronoun, then get mad about that pronoun. And if you call for example a cis man a woman, they get mad about it. But I thought it was just a pronoun. If I lie to my bitch of a girlfriend, in her eyes, it's the same equivalency to her cheating on me by having sex with some piece of shit. Fucking great. Falls asleep crying softly at their failure of a romance. When Christians say to love your enemies, but turn around and throw all kinds of hate and disgust at the devil. If he's the biggest enemy of all, with their logic, shouldn't we love him the most? I don't get it. Person shrugging. Men can be shirtless, but women can't. A man sleeps with many women and he's alpha, but a woman doesn't and she's a slut. It's manly for men to have mental health issues and talk about it. I could go on. When a woman exists, people want to help her and stuff and feel bad when she feels bad, assuming she's not ugly. Anyway, when I exist, people are angry and want me to off myself. Kinda sucks. Men are expected to lift the toilet seat before use and then put it back down after, but women can't be bothered to check whether the seat is up or down before plopping right onto the toilet. I have a friend who thinks it's funny to legit slap the guys she's around cause she knows they won't hit back. Like yeah, guys shouldn't hit girls, but that doesn't make the opposite okay lol. Beer drinkers act like they aren't alcoholics because they don't drink hard liquor. Okay sir, you just drank 25 beers and then looked at me sideways for drinking AGT at the family reunion. That my brother gets to break my shit out of anger because he's a young man, but when I break my own shit I need therapy and it's my period. Funny thing is, they know I'm on birth control. This might be a bit controversial, But I've come across a couple of doctors who demand special treatment away from work but preach and practice treating all their patients equally. I am supposed to respect people's religion, but people aren't supposed to respect my non-religion. Particularly when their religion instructs them to not respect my non-religion. Feminists for decades bitching about men sexualizing. The second a technology becomes available for women to sexualize themselves, they willingly sign up in droves. If women have to get naked at a hospital, every effort is made to protect their dignity. If men have to get naked at the hospital, there is no concern about dignity. How adults can treat teenagers and children with immense disrespect, but the moment a teen or child thinks, wait a second, I deserve respect, they get shot down. When ministers are allowed to hold secondary role in private entity, whereas government sector workers aren't allowed to moonlight. This happens in Singapore. My cousins getting to lock themselves in their rooms or have headphones on during family stuff because it's just them being them, but I can't because it's rude. Women calling a man sexist if he says something about a girl's makeup, but then she at the same time wouldn't even consider dating a man who's under 6 foot. BMW drivers get bagged on for supposedly never using turn signals yet. These days I hardly see anyone use them and it drives me insane. Use your GD signals. Maybe not angry per se, but it is kind of bullshit that if my wife and I walk down the street naked above the waist, she's getting a ticket and I'm not. My wife can wear heels whenever she wants, I can only wear heels in the privacy of my own home. And don't tell me I can. I know what will happen. The people that wanted to hang Bill Clinton for getting a blowjob, but allowing Donald Trump to shit on the United States and cause January 6th.